Hey everyone, it's RedCometXIII and I am back with another episode of Street Fighter Friday. And today we're doing something a little different. I feel like I say that every time, but hey, we can keep it fresh, right? Today we're going to be talking about some Street Fighter shoes. Now, this, as you can see, right on front, Reebok Street Fighter. This was a promotion that was done a few years ago between, obviously, Capcom and Reebok shoes, where they were promoting, I believe, I don't know if it was Street Fighter V or if it was just like a general, this kind of thing, but this is something that Capcom has been doing a lot of over the past few years. And they run up to Street Fighter VI, they did a crossover with Onitsuka Tiger shoes, which if you have any of those, sell them immediately because they're expensive as crap now. I really want like the Chun-Li ones of that, but I'm not paying like $800 for them. But they've done this, they've also done crossovers with, or collaborations, whatever you want to say, with Japanese clothing company Uniqlo, which they always have like some really cool stuff. Whenever Uniqlo does a crossover with anyone, it's always cool. With Capcom, they've done Street Fighter, and they've also done a 40th anniversary collection, which I have a couple things from that. Resident Evil, Mega Man, all that kind of stuff. But what we're talking about today is these Street Fighter Reeboks. This is the classic leather, which is a classic Reebok shoe. And the ones that I have, of course, I have the Chun-Li versions. They did a few of these where they would take like a classic shoe, like the classic leather, and basically do a new colorway with them to match a Street Fighter character. They also did, you have to excuse me, I'm not that huge of a sneakerhead, but the first Shaq shoes, like the first Shaquille O'Neal shoes, they were subject to this. Those are really cool. That was just a generic Street Fighter version though, not a specific character. But what we have here today, like I said, is the Chun-Li classic leather Reeboks. So let's take a look. I actually didn't know about these until like way later. I got these secondhand off of eBay. Paid about retail for them, so nothing too bad. So I have worn them, but let's take a look here. Let's go here. I mean, we're gonna look at both shoes, obviously. Get in there, paper. And there we go. Please excuse the videography. But they are very cool. I have worn them, I have cleaned them. But when I first saw these, I was like, oh no, why are they white, dude? Anyone who's remotely into shoes knows that white is the hardest to maintain. When I bought these, I also bought a cleaning and conditioning kit to keep them clean because, as predicted, I did get them dirty the second I wore them. But I think they look pretty clean right now. There's maybe a little spot right there. But anyway, let's take an actual look at them. They went with like a sort of like a powdery blue sort of color instead of like more of like the navy blue that Chun-Li is kind of known for. But I mean, it works. It looks good. Of course, we have like the white, the gold leaf for like the detail like on her key panel. Very cool. And also, this is kind of something in some of like the fan artwork or even like in the Udon comics. Her sash has a dragon pattern on it, and they included that here, which is very cool. Go to the tongue. There's a little speck there. You can see we have the Street Fighter logo in gold. Very cool. We go inside where my dirty feet go. Here's Chun-Li. We step on her face every time. And on the back here, I think this is the coolest part. We have more of the design, like on her key panel, like I was saying, but we also have the spikes, like from her bracelets. When I saw these, I saw the spikes, I was like, I gotta have these. But there we go. They mean they're shoes. They're pretty much the same, bro. But the other one does have Reebok on the tag rather than Street Fighter. Again, excuse the videography. I'm kind of doing this by the seat of my pants. And we have Fight on the inside. But I think that these are really cool. I very rarely wear them, again, because I have to clean them basically every time after I wear them. But they are very, very cool. I love when video game companies, no matter who it is, when they do something like this, where they do a collaboration with like a clothing company or something like that, because I'm like a big fan of video game clothing, merchandise in general, really. But when it's like more of a quote unquote designer item, I'm like, oh man, that's cool. Because like I said, I do have some of the Uniqlo Street Fighter clothing. They also did one with Final Fantasy for their 40th anniversary, was it, I believe. I got like a bunch of that merchandise as well. But I really think these are cool. The Onitsuka Tiger ones that came out, they're like really generic. Like, I think they might have the Street Fighter logo on them somewhere. But the Chun-Li ones are really cool because they actually look like something she would wear. Which I do think is funny that we got this like Reebok crossover, because in the Street Fighter Alpha games, Chun-Li wears what are obviously supposed to be Adidas. Like, they're blue and yellow, they have the 3 stripes on them. They're obviously Adidas, and there's actually some artwork out there. I don't know if it's official or fan art, where she's putting her stuff in like an Adidas bag, but like it doesn't say Adidas, it says like Abitas or something like that. I do think it's funny. I would have loved to have those. I used to have a pair of yellow and blue Adidas that looked just like hers. They weren't quite screen accurate, but to me they were good enough. I still have a pair, but they're nowhere near close. But anyway, this is just something I wanted to do for a quick little episode of Street Fighter Friday. I've been sitting on these for a while. I've had them like all summer. I only wear them like maybe once a month, if that, pretty much. And if it's like any kind of weather, I'm like, nope, absolutely not. It has to be a perfect summer day for me to wear these. But anyway, if you guys think this is cool, let me know. And also, if these interest you, definitely check them out. They're not too expensive, like I said. Despite these being like a few years old, a couple years old, I paid basically retail for them, which to me is pretty good. They are authentic. They came with like the eBay shoe authentication tag. I took it off because A, I don't plan on reselling them. B, I wanted to wear them. So definitely check them out. I know they did, they did Zangief, Ken, Ryu, Chun-Li, obviously, Cammy, and a few others. It was mostly like Street Fighter 2-ish era characters. So if you have a favorite one from that era, definitely go check these out. But anyway, I'm RedCometXIII. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.
The fans really seem to enjoy that. You made it look easy.